What's up, YouTube? My name's David and I'm the woodworking accountant. It is March 10th and I'm getting ready to set out all my swarm traps this weekend. We've got some great weather ahead of us and my plan is to get all of them out. Now you may be asking yourself, March 10th, that's really early. Do you expect bees to swarm this time of year? And the answer is no. I don't expect to catch my first swarm until probably April or May. However, I would rather get my swarm traps out early. The weather is unpredictable, bees do swarm early, and if they do swarm, I want to catch them. The other thing is I have a free weekend, and what better thing to do than hang some swarm traps. So stick around and I'll give you some details on each trap, tell you a little bit about why I hung it there. Here's my second trap that I hung, and I hung this in this tree for a couple particular reasons. One is the size of this tree. As you can see, it is huge. In fact, I couldn't even fit my strap from one side to the other, so I kind of have it hoisted up here. The other thing is right here, I've got a tree line that runs east-west, and as you can see, we're up awfully high. We've got a neighborhood right here. So anyway, then on this side, this tree line continues. So, should be a pretty good spot. Alright, this is trap number 3. I didn't get this one as high up in this tree. I think it's about 6 foot off the ground. I picked this for a particular reason. Right in front of me, there's a tree line that runs east-west, and right over here, there's a tree line that runs north-south, and so this is facing northeast. This is the first one that I've gotten facing northeast. I'm not going to have the morning sun, but again, this is an experiment and this will be another data point. There's another one I hung up, and this is right along a railroad track. You can see I've got this nice little row on either side, and I've got that trap setting up about 7 foot off the ground. Here's another setup. This is up on a hilltop alongside the interstate. As you can see, everyone's on their way home. But this is facing south-southeast, and I got it baited with Swarm Commander. Alright, last trap of the day. Again on a railroad track that runs north-south. And as you see right here, I got my trap, and it is got this one pretty high off the ground. It's about 9 foot, and I've baited it with Swarm Commander, and you can hear that traffic in the background. That's one of the variables I'm going to try to evaluate, is whether this noise from traffic has an impact on catching swarms. So stick around and we'll see. Alright, I got off early from work today and decided to hang a swarm trap. One thing a little bit different about this one is we've got water down below. Now I don't know if this is going to impact bees in the area, but I did put it up high on this hill to ensure if there's flooding that we don't get flooded out. Right now this is baited with a homemade lure. It is facing north, due north, and right here we've got a pipeline kind of clear cut here that runs east-west, and a little bit of forage and things that should be coming into blossom here in the near future. Got it about 9 foot off the ground, and as you'll notice, what doesn't look right about this, I don't have an entrance. I forgot to drill a hole, so next time I'm out here I'm gonna have to bring a 1-inch drill bit so the bees have somewhere to go. Alright, getting ready to hang this trap here. We've got it facing southwest, and right here, as you can see, I've got a little timber line that runs north-south, and then here's another little timber line that runs excuse me, the last way was east-west, this is north-south. couple things that make this one unique is I have it as high up in the tree as I can get, mostly because I had this nice pile of firewood to jump on top. I'd say it's about 12 feet up. The second thing is that typically I have some Q-tips. This is some sheep's wool, a little more of a natural smell. I don't know, to be totally honest with you. I forgot cotton balls and I had some sheep's wool with me, so this is what we're going to use today. We'll see how that works. One thing I'd like to point out about this spot is last year I hung a bait trap in this triple tree right here, and I was unsuccessful. And just because I was unsuccessful doesn't mean that this is a bad spot. Now, I saw some bees checking out this spot here that we're looking at, but they didn't find it appealing. And I'm thinking that it was either shade or direction, or there's something about it that was undesirable. So I have literally moved about 100 feet. I found a little bigger tree and I'm gonna hang it up here, see how that goes. All right, and here's what it looks like in the evening sun. As you can see, that's way up there. We'll see if that makes a difference and see if this location produces this year. All right, just hung up another swarm trap. This one is facing due south, and I've got it about 8 or 9 feet off the ground. What I did was I stood on my bucket and I drilled that hole in as high as I could reach. Now I picked this area for a couple reasons. One is there's a ditch line here, and there should be some flowers pollinating there. And then right up here you can see the interstate. There's these ditches over here, and on the other side. And all of those, that wild growth should attract some bees this time of year. So I'm hoping if they're in the area, they'll come around and check out this trap. And as you can see, there's a little wood line right here, and that brings me right up to my trap. Hope this helps. All right, just hung another trap. This one's about 9 foot off the ground, and I'll show you why I picked this spot. As you look around, this is kind of an open meadow here. Let me turn around. And there's a lot of scrub trees. And as you scan around, this tree stands out. I mean, this is a substantial tree. And it's right along this row of trees here. And I think it's gonna be a good spot. It's facing southwest, and one part about this spot that is very unique is it's up really high. I'm not sure if you can see that, but if there are such things as mountains in Missouri, we are atop a mountain. I've got my bee trapping dog with me today. Bailey, say hi. As you can see, here's a little better look. This tree is substantial. It's huge. I could hardly get my 12-foot strap around it. So I'm thinking this is going to stand out to the bees, and it's going to be a good spot. All right, this is something I've always wanted to do, and I found the perfect tree for it. I'll back up here. As you can see, this is just a huge tree going everywhere. If you zoom in here, I've got a swarm trap. It's just wedged right in between two limbs. And let me walk up. I don't even have it strapped down. It's just wedged in there, nice and tight. You can see there's the entrance. That entrance is facing north. And the reason I wanted to do this is sometimes bees like to swarm and go into a hollow tree. I think this will somewhat simulate a hollow tree. So we'll see how this goes. As you can see, a nice prairie out here. There should be lots of things blooming. I feel good about this spot. All right, just hung up another swarm trap. This one's low to the ground. It's about 5 foot off the ground, and the reason for it was there's a bunch of brush on the tree that prevented me from getting it any higher. So we'll see how that looks. Have some growth here on either side, and this would be facing east. All right, just hung another trap. This one's up on a hilltop. Down below we've got a nice pond, and it looks like I hung it up just right on the edge of this timber here. So this one's facing northwest. It's the first one I faced northwest. We'll see how it goes. All right, here's another swarm trap. This is about 7 foot off the ground, and I picked it because there's this little road, and at the top of that hill, let me see, there's an open field, and so I think this will kind of be a travel corridor. And I found this really big substantial tree, which is where I hung my swarm trap. This one is facing east. We'll see how this works out. All right, hung another trap. This is in a fairly heavily wooded area. Have some noise here from the road. The reason I hung it here was because it's about 3 miles from where my bees are at, and if they're gonna swarm, this may be a potential spot. Other than that, got it facing due south, and a couple other trees nearby should provide some shade. If you like this video, please hit like and then hit subscribe. Thank you for watching today, and thank you for supporting my YouTube channel.
Oh! Oh, I even made my pants!